I've got 1 hour and 30 minutes before I'm meant to go to bed because I go to school in the morning to record, script, and edit a Velma video. Let's go. 4-year-old spotted! Pitbull! Go! Before this video starts, I'd just like to invite you to our Discord server if you want to talk to us at all or recommend shit or, do anything personal with us. We'll be on there. This episode is a funny flashback episode with great character development and comedic callbacks. Is what I'd say if I had my balls twisted inside out and got a job at Rotten Tomatoes. It does the, I don't do this thing, and then does that thing joke like 800 times and it wasn't even funny the first time.
I'm really glad we're finally friends again.
Same.
Oh my god, I'm so mad we're friends again!
Haha. Please laugh. We go through the group extensively accusing each other of being the bad guy. The first flashback is Daphne's, where she is clearly being obsessed online, and then drops this line.
If it was literally nothing, why are you changing the subject?
I'm not changing the subject. But wouldn't you agree that—
Wow, do you get it? She said she wasn't gonna change the subject, and then she changed the subject. Wow, creative. Not like they did that 5 seconds ago. Anyway, she changes the topic onto this.
the strongest use of flashbacks on TV is when one character's flashback is intercut with another's to eventually combine in the present storyline?
You are totally changing the subject!
You are, Daphne, but it's interesting. You're saying if this was a flashback in your point of view, in order for it to be earned, we'd have to cut to, I don't know, Fred?
Exactly!
Now, I'm sure all the show writers were sitting in the room laughing their ass off about how self-conscious they were being and how meta this joke was, calling out the exact thing they were about to do, but I think they forget they did this very same thing in the first scene of the first episode. And the same type of argument happens over the joke. And it just goes way too long for it to be funny, let alone meta. Especially when you've already done this and it wasn't funny the first time, because the way you did it was fucking poor. We cut to Fred's flashback. He's been captured and put in a dungeon with jars of floating brains, which happens to be the dead girl's brains. I'ma just get his story out of the way so we don't have to keep coming back to him because it's really creepy and weird. He literally ends up dating every single one of these literal human brains, and the show insinuates them all wanting to fuck. Actually, he quote-unquote hooked up with all 3 of them. 15-year-old Fred has canonically fucked 3 people's brains. The fucking Rick and Morty episode with Beth falling in love with herself was more normal than this. We cut to Daphne and Velma using the actual UV light to open the serial killer's phone. I have no idea why they didn't just use a fucking special lamp in Velma's bedroom, as it clearly has some secret properties we don't know of. I'm being sarcastic, I'm just pointing out the inconsistent writing. 1 second we need normal light, the next second it's UV. Whatever. They find a single picture on this killer's phone once they get into it, and it's of a mountainside that apparently points to the exact location of where the killer's secret lab would be. Convenient. Slowly, it seems Daphne is ditching Velma for a different girl. This causes Velma to be extremely jealous and gaslight her using her heart attacks to bring her with her to the cave. I just need to ask one more time, what the fuck do you mean you wanted Indian girls to relate to her? Indians in this audience, is this your guardian? Does she represent you? If so, I never wish to meet any of you gaslighting, manipulative, downright evil bastards. But if not, then hey, we can be friends. Gigi blames fake Shaggy for the whole situation by saying men are dumb and don't pick up hints women give when it's related to sex. This caused her to go into her cabin naked, misunderstanding fake Shaggy and thinking he finally got the hint, but instead Velma and Daphne show up whilst she's still naked. Huh. Great. Also, she had her other hand up waving a second ago. How did her hand get on this pillow? Was her pussy just visible before the camera cut? Oh god. I love this argument for women. Men are stupid because they can't guess our emotions based on our cryptic messages. Women speak to each other in riddles. If men have a problem, or something to say, they either say it directly or don't say it at all. Pretty simple. Unless you're me being told by a teacher to apologize to a girl for making a fat joke when it's 100% two-sided but the teachers prefer her, so ignore my side, therefore I'm forced to write an apology letter, but out of spite I made the first letter of each row spell out whale, and yes, a month later they realized and tried to get me expelled. Fuck off. We cut to Velma's flashback, where she blames Daphne for having a previous crush on Gigi, making Velma think she was cheating on her, and then they stepped on this ledge and got down here. Great. Flashbacks and half the episode over. Let's get into the actual fucking plot. They break free out of anger after they all try to push the rock against each other to get each other killed. They instead get all of them killed. JK, I wish. They survive and go cave exploring. Gigi and Fake Shaggy need an excuse to leave this scene, so the writers have Fake Shaggy protect Velma instead of Gigi, causing Gigi to have a temper tantrum and leave the cave with Fake Shaggy, leaving Daphne and Velma alone. So now they're girlfriends. Wow, I didn't see this coming. Anyway, they hear Fred inside the cave. Fred yells in excitement, causing the cave to begin to collapse. Velma falls down a crack, only for her mother to come out of fucking nowhere and save her. They get out in the mystery, and then they refuse to call it a mystery machine because it's cheap nostalgia bait. Don't fall for it. They get out alive, but only just, and the end credit scene shows us that Velma's mother forgot who the killer was. Wow, this is insane. It's almost like they're not setting up the killer to either be one of these 4 suspects. Velma's mother, Shaggy's dad, the principal's mother, the principal herself. We will find out next week in the final 2 episodes of the first season of this monstrosity. And I'm so glad it's over. Although we have been demonetized, we will not stop uploading and will continue almost daily. If not, then every second day at least. We have school to attend now, as the Aussie break season is over, so the videos might slow down, but we appreciate all your support even though we are demonetized. Thank you all, and goodbye.